zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. A first-time Pro Bowler, here's James Conner of the Steelers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And this will be a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And now on the heels of the pick six, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended, as they'll try to make it 8-0. Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his second Pro Bowl. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going in to the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The AFC offense making their way back out. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction. CD, what do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots. But in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score, going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, so Johnny Hekker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hekker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On second down now, it's Gordon. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in and from 7 yards away as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Breeze. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Breeze gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
Ready?
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Up to make the stop, the Jets safety Jamal Adams. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
The NFC with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Here's Breeze rolling to his left. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch twitch. Check 15, check 15. 5-1.
Breeze now. Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Sack there by Jadeveon Clowney.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now the NFC going to take a timeout. Their 2nd. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Ready? On the counter, here's Gordon. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. So they had him bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use.
And he will score. Touchdown AFC. From 17 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, it's going back and forth. It's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Undercut, you kill.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Benardrick McKinney. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards.
Ready.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Lets it flip, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play that time for the NFC. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Ertz has it left side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands. See what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.